Hello. I almost broke all the rules. I was still listening to music. How are we doing today? It's Monday, the last Monday of the month. Turned on the water boiler a little bit too late. I'm sorry. I need that water bottle. And Winston was being adorable, so I had to play with him a little bit. And then I realized, oh no, I need my bottle. So, but here we are. How are we doing? I haven't decided what I'm going to read yet. Hi Blitz, hi Lulu. Desk booksies. Oh gosh, yeah, there's quite a lot, aren't there? Funny story about that actually. Hello, Baller. How are you doing? Got up half an hour ago. Started a new dosage on my meds last night. Second attempt at it. I had a few months ago. Now it's starting again, but only for evening instead of morning, and it knocked me out. Oh no! What do you feel comfortable explaining what it is? You don't have to name the thing if you don't want to, but that's interesting. I would love to know a little bit more. For me, Blit, I slept horrible. Actually, I thought that I would sleep a little bit better because naturally I haven't been sleeping the best. I, I don't really remember my dreams, but I'm pretty sure that I'm having nightmares because I wake up completely drenched. I've had to do a lot of laundry in the last 2 weeks. Uh, but I thought I would feel less stressed about uh, having this secret a little bit. Uh, but no, I actually am more nervous now. I'm not exactly sure why. Well, not nervous, but more like, how do I say this? Let me think about it. Hi, Gnarly. How are you doing? How have your sets been going? Is that how I say it? Scraticus, good morning. The cat slapping. Hi, Katsu. She is completely knocked out on the couch. Usually, Deuce joins me on the couch when I am putting on my war makeup, and I tuck her in, so she looks like a little babushka by the time I leave, and she's completely knocked out. Winston just woke up, and he had a bit of a zoomy moment, and it's adorable. I think I have planned out a few things for him to build. I just have to get my hands on materials, and I hope to get to do that in the coming week when I'm not streaming. Now she brings the cats. Me? No, the cats bring me. Um, More like. Oh, you're writing up your notes of your D&D session. Was it fun? Did you have fun, Scraticus? Personal projects, I've made out about 6 apps since I started using AI, but in true ADHD form, none of them are currently usable, so I'll endeavor to finish one today. Ah, yeah. So that's why, look, I Luke gifted me 2 books again, and I kind of, because this has been in sight, I have still not put the stickers in. I put depending on my mood, I guess. I put stickers in the books that I've been gifted with the date and the gift, the name of the gifter in there, and I haven't done that for these two yet, uh, just because. So they've been in sight, and I desperately want to read this, but I'm currently reading like 37 books, so I need to finish a few, and I gave myself a little bit of leeway with this one, and that was great. I love this book. It's beautiful. There's a lot of hidden little gems in there if you're open for them. And to me, this book was released and found its way into my hands at exactly the right time. I needed this story, not even for the specifics, but just for the little sentences in between, and the little bits of wisdom that do come out of the story at the end. It was just, it's a beautiful book. I can't wait to read it again. If only because I didn't annotate because I wanted to disappear. And this was really literally the perfect book to disappear in, except it won't allow you to forget about real life because it's actually really serious. It's a pretty serious book. So I gave myself some leeway with this one because I was going through it. But this week I am activating a little bit more of my emotional first aid kit. And one of the most important things is finishing things. uh, Not just starting a project for the sake of starting a project, but finishing it. That is very important for my brain right now to have closure in things so I gain a sense of control over my life, if not my emotional state. So I will be reading The Wheel of Time instead. But this one is about sewing. It's a Bernadette Banner's book, and I will be using this because this is not a reading book. This is gonna assist me in making some of my summer clothing that I already have in my mind. But my hands are a bit shaky at the moment, so I don't think it would be wise to try and hand stitch these little tiny little stitches. So this one won't be put back, but this one needs to wait a little bit, I'm afraid. I'm also reading a lot of serious books, and I did pick up other books as well. I am also reading Dare by Erica McKean, and I am unsure where the stress in this word is, so I'm just going to say nothing. Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, which is our newest release, I think. Wait, but what? So are they for anxiety? Lulu. Hi, Tinky. What is your question? Oh my god, Blue! Thank you so much for the 50 stream streak. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And hello, I hope you're having a decent day. Oh, I've decided to listen and read some more of what I prefer personally. Currently listening to a book by C.S. Lewis. Yeah, I mean, um, about the book club. I am pausing the book club now. The books for next month. I mean, I had to stop a lot of the books that I was reading because of the thing that happened. uh, because I just felt uncomfortable in the stories. They have latched themselves onto that day. Because I was so productive on that day as well. It's really sad, actually. So I had to DNF a few, which I do intend to pick back up. The curious thing about a trauma brain is that it's very weird when it comes to memories. There's things that I really don't remember. Like I don't remember getting up at all. I really don't know how I got up. I just know that suddenly I was. But there are other things are just seared into my memory, like the books I was reading in the morning, the perfume I was wearing. The sound of birds is horrifying at the moment. I've worked on the barking dogs thing because that broke my heart. It's never the animals. It's never the animals. It's always the people, and in this case a man. So that broke my heart. That I for the first few days I was terrified of even a puppy barking. It sent me into hysterics. That's not okay. It's not the puppy's fault that this person was a bit unhinged on that particular day for reasons that are currently still unknown. So all of which to say, I do need to try to read books that I want to read right now. I am all for pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and reading a little bit more difficult thing than maybe your actual level, because it's good to challenge your mind. But sometimes sometimes you go into survival mode because you have to, and that means I'm gonna read whatever I can. Books are my lifeline. They're saving my life. It's really all I want to do when I am able to think. I will be rereading this one. Now, the book club books for the coming month were interesting. Now, oh wait, I forget to say, I did have to stop the Tetris effect, even though I do have some comments about the Tetris effect, actually. I only got through two chapters of the Raymond E. Weiss book, and I just don't want to. They are now forever attached to a very traumatic experience, and I'm not gonna bash myself over the head over it as well. um, the nonfiction books that I have been reading, though, were all in some way, strangely enough, very much connected to what happened, and that is curious. I don't believe in coincidence. I think those books came on my path at exactly the right time. And I think this is going to be an interesting book to read alongside another book that I have been reading slowly but surely, because it's a lot, which is the Sexual Politics of Meat. Highly recommend. Not yet done. Let me see. I'm on 28%. And the bulk of how I am processing that I was assaulted by a stranger in the forest is coming from the Sexual Politics of Meat. But I think I'm going to need to have a story like this. I really feel like that Animal Farm is going to give me a story to explain the sexual politics of meat. So I do want to read this for next month. And Just Friends by Haley Pham was the other book that we pulled for book club. And I know that YouTuber. I think she's adorable. She's a hard worker, and she has a huge following, which is amazing because that means she's making more people read, or at least thinking about reading. And just making people think about reading is such a huge step, such an important thing. And I want to support her, so I am really considering reading her book. It might be a nice palate cleanser, even if I'm not really into romance. I'll just skip smut if that is in there. But I think I will be reading the books. I'm just not going to be able to actually do anything for book club. I'm not keeping any notes to publish, which I was doing for both the book club books and for the other books I was reading, because I closed down my Patreon. Now, that doesn't mean that anything has been deleted, by the way. If closing down Patreon just means that you don't have access to it anymore. It's still there. If I open it, if I republish it, everything will just be there still. But I just need to take off as much pressure off my brain as I possibly can, because I am doing this alone. I am dealing with this alone, and it's a lot. It's really a lot. And I also have to make sure that my cats are happy. My cats come first. So, I can't really burrito as much as I would love to. I would really love to just stay in bed for about 3 months, at least 4 or 5, maybe. Can't do that. I have to make sure that my house is clean, if only for the cats. Also for me, I know that it's important for your mental health to make sure that your environment is at the very least organized, if not clean. It really does reflect the state of your mind, and they do reinforce each other. So I want to continue working on YouTube as well, but for the most part, all I can do is read at the moment, which is, I've been here before. I've been here before, and I keep saying I'm lucky is because I've basically been given all the tools for PTSD. I'm sorry, that was Dutch. Because in the Netherlands they are sadly behind on CPTSD, and I have CPTSD. And I won the lottery. I now also have PTSD, and oh God, let me tell you, the difference is insane. And very hard to deal with. But luckily, I was given the wrong re-traumatizing kind of therapy for my CPTSD for my 20s, my entire 20s basically. So I know what to do. I know exactly what to do, which is what I've been doing and why I have an emotional first aid kit. It has very simple things like a tea, a list of movies that I feel comfortable and safe in. I have watched Anastasia and Thumbelina on repeat at least 4 or 5 times. Gilmore Girls, that kind of stuff. Just safe, wholesome things. Um, Knitting needles because those keep my hands busy. And there's just a few lists. And yeah, I wanna take a Sunday for that. I wanna um, reopen that subject and help you make one yourself because you just never know. You never know when you're gonna need it. And I really hope and pray that none of you have to deal with anything that I had to deal with ever. Like, but also just it has been helpful, not quite as life saving as it is now, but it has been helpful in lesser moments where I needed help. Yes, I am from the Netherlands. I see something come up. Is it gone? I think it's gone. I don't know what's happening over there. Um, and I wanna talk about the emotional first aid kit a little bit more, and maybe help you make one for yourself because it's highly personal. It's highly personal, and which is I think why it's so effective. Uh, and all it has to do is keep you steady wherever you are. If that is like at the bottom of the sludge of the gutter, fine. If that is where you are, stay there. The point of the emotional first aid kit is to help you steady, because from there on you'll find ways out. It's not a fix. None of it is a fix. You'll have to do that in your own mind. Nothing external will ever fix anything internally. You do have to do that yourself. You can use guides, you can use help, you can use tools, which means you do need to have them. But at the end of the day, you do need to do it for yourself. Um, so the book club, I guess I need to close down the submission thingies over here. I'm just not going to be able to do that. I need to be able to say this is too heavy. I need to be able to just put it away without feeling guilty, without feeling like I am disappointing anyone. Because one of the hardest things about all of this is really it's such an interesting experience, truly, is that I feel so guilty that I have to do this to you, which makes no sense. It makes no sense. I know this. Don't yell at me. I know this, all right? But I feel awful that I am now taking you with me through this experience with the intention to hopefully learn something about it. Um, Not right now, because this is me in the middle of it. And I guess, I hope in some way it helps you, you know, see that surviving sometimes just looks like standing still. And that's okay. If that is what it takes, then that's what we're going to do. And if it takes a year, then it takes a year. You be careful out there, Millie. Thank you for dropping by. I'm okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Gnarly. Hi, Riku. Um, Hi, Hans. I am not very good at listening to music at the moment, I have to say. I have to be very careful. I'm very sensitive. I mean, I am always, but at the moment have been listening to rain, which is really silly maybe, but I'm mostly listening to rain because it's like a gray noise and it helps me cancel out my thoughts without too much quiet. I'm pretty banged up about this experience. I know I look like I'm dealing, but that's truly and we're gonna unpack it in the coming weeks. It's truly because I am just an expert on trauma. And it's really not funny, but I have to laugh, otherwise I'm gonna cry. Because when it comes to justice, I would have been better off if I had not been able to deal. You know what I mean? If I had been more, if I had been visibly banged up, because I am banged up, you just can't see it. It's hidden underneath my hair. Then justice might have been a little bit more fair. Millie, thank you for the reads up. I love rain sounds to help me sleep. Yeah, I cannot sleep without rain, especially when I want to sleep. I love you too. Be careful, please. It's wild out there. It's wild out there. But yeah, my first line of defense is books, and I don't know what it is for you, but looking at the news and looking at the way people are just people keep dividing amongst each other, and I don't get it. It's very scary. Um, and if you don't really have anything except doom scrolling, I invite you to try and find a book, any book. There is no shame in books, okay? If you need to read smut, in particular, if you want to read smut, go read smut, all right? If you want to read a children's book, which I'm planning to do, by the way, well, children's book, a young adult book that I read when I was a teen. I'm planning on reading that in a few months. That was a project already. Uh, Pick up a book because aside from money being like the most tangible way to control a little bit of what is happening in the world, you decide who has more power with your wallet. Books and reading are going to be your most important weapon to keep your own free will. So, if you don't know what to do with your life, read a book, okay? That's what I'm going to do. I am reading The Wheel of Time, The Crossroads of Twilight. I'm going to turn on my timer, and for the next 30 minutes, I know it's quite dark here, but I'm going to have to deal because I do still have a little bit of a headache. Kind of the consequences of, being assaulted. uh, I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to make light of it. I don't think it's funny. It's generally, this is how I cope. If I don't laugh, I'm going to cry. I will be muting myself. Let me know if you are reading too. If not, audiobooks count, by the way. Audiobooks count. Let me know what you're up to. And I will see you in half an hour. Good luck. Last minute. Too late. All right, we're taking a 10-minute break. Toos, Toos has no idea what happened. And I have to say that she has been odd. She's been odd since Winston and I have been odd as well. Right? Very loud. But never when I want you to. Right? Say something. No, more. You can be so loud. She has the crunchy meow. It's adorable. Winnie squeaks more high pitched than he did when he was a kitten, and Toulouse is just a crunchy. Well, I feel like it's crunchy, gnarly. Thank you so much for the gift subs. Thank you. You're too sweet. Hi Garfield. I am proud of you. As long as you don't do that every day, that's amazing. I love that for you. Free will, use it. If you need comfort food, as long as your comfort food doesn't become your habit food, you're all good. Though I have read in passing about um, uh, tribes of people that survive on a very limited diet and they're fine, like mineral wise and stuff. Oh no, Toos, do you want water? Can you wait a little bit? I'll come in a little bit, okay? I won't forget. I need to reheat my water bottle anyway. I see you. She's been very odd. I mean, Winston has been as well, but she's been really in my face. I don't know how to explain it. Thank you, Riku. How are you doing? Sunday News then made the world's largest mini. Wait, why? That sounds like an. Is it an oxymoron? That sounds wrong. It is right. Why does that word sound so wrong? I don't know. She has a crunchy like baby corn. Baby corn with puddles. No, puddles doesn't really make a sound. Baby corn. Baby corn. I follow a lot of cats on Instagram. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I feel like I'm setting myself up for a lot of heartbreak, but here we are. Baby corn has the most adorable, crunchy little meow, and I know for sure that he thinks he's yelling like he's roaring like a lion, but all that you hear is like meh, like, very crunchy. And Tusha, Toulouse, no, let him sleep. Don't turn the tables. Not like that. You will. It's the brand rather than the identifier. It makes no sense. Wait, gnarly, give me sources or something. Let me. Where can I see? Hi, wisdom. Um, let's just watch your VOD. It's okay to feel odd. Harm was done to you, and I'm outraged. I require a photo of the target. Some GPS coordinates on the sandwich. I don't know. I don't know, and it's probably for the best. I have no clue who it is. No clue. Um, but for one, I wouldn't want anyone to sully their own conscience and stain their own karma. I wouldn't want that. I truly believe that people will meet themselves at some point, and that may not be today, may not be tomorrow. Maybe the ultimate punishment that this person may or may not receive for his actions. Um, Even that may not feel like the proper response, because the law is weird, and in the Netherlands especially, it's not really. I am prepared for a huge disappointment. I'm not really confident. Let me put it like that. But and I haven't really been able to fully put it into words yet. I'm in the middle of it, and I hope you don't mind watching me unravel something like this in real time. I hope it helps you unravel some of your own troubles as well, maybe. But basically, the bottom line is going to say that both me and this man were very lucky. I was lucky in a very morbid way because I was just trained for this. And all the therapy that I got was basically for PTSD, not CPTSD. And I know that now in a very painful way. And now I can explain it to people who tell me to get therapy that is based on PTSD for my CPTSD, because I never had the words. And now I have the words and the experience. I think they are going to come things out of this process of me pushing through certain elements with help. I wanna have a specific stream for that because of terms of service and stuff. I can't talk about everything about my experience, and it's really stupid. But I have to play by the rules. But I'm not sitting up straight out of my own strength. I have a lot of help, and we will talk about that as well, because I think that's very important. And I think I'm going to have to do something with that information. I think in the end, this experience is going to help me help other people. And I'm not happy about it. I kind of wish that it could have gone differently, because I'm pretty sure that the conclusion that I've come to was already cooking in my brain. I already had all the ingredients. It's just now I have an experience that I can throw in people's faces when they dare minimize what it is like to be a woman, right? And for his side, I also think he has been lucky that it was me that he saw, because I think and I feel. So I'm not saying that this is true. I think, and this is based on like watching back the footage and just how it all unfolded. I really feel like that person was going to hurt someone that day, no matter what. That's what it looked like from my experience. Doesn't have to be the truth, but that is what I feel like. So he was lucky that he met me, because I am very stubborn and very resistant to being knocked out. I know this for a fact, because when I had to be put under for the removal of my tonsils as an adult, they had a bit of a struggle with me. I fought them. I don't remember that. I was out, but I physically fought them. My brain is very resistant to being like turned off, which is also why I have trouble sleeping. So, even though he hit me at least half a dozen times, probably more, because I'm pretty sure I miss a few moments. Aside from the fact that I was able to protect my face, I just have a very specific cocktail of trauma and tools and stubbornness that made it so that I have come out of it physically decent and with enough background in psychology and trauma to hold myself together enough to know what to do with what is leaking out. so that I am able to sit here. He's also lucky that I don't have a regular job, because if I had a regular job, I would now be done. I would not be able to do any job. I would have to be written off. Even though I am technically chronically ill and should have been written off, I am determined to help other people. That's why I'm trying to build a community that is, it's helpful to each other, and hopefully you pay it forward in your own life, if not for yourself, for your neighbors or strangers you meet that need a helping hand. I hope it has a ripple effect a little bit, right? So he has been lucky on a lot of areas as well, and I just hope that he will use that luck to change his life. That's all I can do. And I haven't really thought about that enough to put it in pretty words and sew it together in a more cohesive story. But that is basically the bare bones of what I'm working with. Yeah, I did wisdom. I physically did. I was black and blue. I will remind me to tell you, but I physically they told me, and I wasn't even fully awake before I started to get out of the bed and out of the room where they put you when you have to wake up, right? I wasn't even fully conscious, and I already started to remind me, and I will tell you that story. It is actually a little bit funny, but that is how resistant I am to being knocked out. So even though this fully grown man that was at least a head taller than me, he really he went for the face. He bashed me in the back of my head at least half a dozen times, and I somehow still got up. Maybe I should have become a boxer. I think I missed a calling. But we're going to read now because I am laughing, because I am absolutely completely heartbroken. Because he did steal the forest from me. I can no longer go to the forest. I just can't. It's not worth it if there's this kind of people walking in my direct environment, right? So I am grateful for the weather, because I love this cozy darkness. I know it's a bit dark on stream probably as well, but you'll just have to deal. Just turn up your own brightness, because this is perfect for me. But for now, we're going to try and practice flow. Aside from your money, your focus is your most valuable possession, and one that only you have power over, regardless of what your phone or your computer is trying to make you believe. You have the power to control your focus. And I'll be reading, all right? Hold on. Before I forget, I really need to get this just stuck in my brain, because I don't know why I always forget. There we go. I'll be reading. I'll be muting myself. Please remember that the point of the practice is getting back to it. Starting something is usually the hardest part, and once you're going, it's pretty hard to stop. So I invite you to pick up a book or whatever it is that makes you feel good. And I'll see you in an hour. Good luck. last moments. Sorry, I was a bit close to the timer. All right, Winston has woken up and he's a little bit restless, as you may have noticed. How are we doing? I made progress. No, don't do that. She's sleeping, Winnie. It is adorable. He's cleaning her ear, but he can't help himself. He has cute rage, I suspect. So at some point, yeah, there we go. No, it's okay. It's okay. I know. At some point during Winston, my orange cat, loses control over himself and he goes from grooming to, the kill. And Toulouse, my other kitty, the older one, is not really aware of existing in the first place. So she's always a bit confused when this happens and not completely able to do anything about it. It's a struggle, but he's okay. He's going to eat now for a little bit. I want to welcome a few people. Hello, Book Reader 2026, Luke on TV, Luciana Mello, and Janto Graaf. Hello, thank you so much for the follows. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. I am reading I think this is the book number 10 in the Wheel of Time series, Crossroads of Twilight, and I am currently. I mean, can I even say which POV I'm in, or would that already be considered a spoiler? I'm not sure. I'm very unsure about how to even say anything about a series this far in, because I know things, right? And I might ruin certain plot points if I only just give away where I am. I mean, it's not POVs, where I am. So maybe I should just not say anything at all, but that is frustrating. Unpin. Repeatedly slaps a block of malt loaf whilst wearing an oven mitt and breaking the fourth wall. Wisdom, what are you doing? Wait, actually, listen. You can't do that, not now, because I am so paranoid. Because I actually made a bread this morning. I'm not even kidding. It's one of my. It's not exactly actually. It's an emotional first aid kit tool. Um, the smell of fresh bread and coffee in the morning it just heals something in me, and I feel like a lot of people will agree that the smell of fresh bread and like homemade coffee, it's just soothing. Even if you don't like coffee, I feel like that there's something about that smell that is just a comfort. So I've had this no knead recipe for bread. uh so it's kind of scary that you say that. It's so specific. But I have this no knead recipe. Honestly, you just throw the ingredients for bread together. You knead until it's a decent looking dough, and then you just go to bed. And in the morning, you throw it out. I mean, I don't have a Dutch oven anymore, so I just used a casserole pan to keep it a little bit contained. But basically, you throw it together and you wait. That's it. But the result is you do have a home that smells like freshly made bread. Highly recommend if you're feeling sad. There's really no work involved. If you really think about it, uh, I try to when I'm really not in a good state. I try to think about it in microwave minutes. Like brushing your teeth is such a hassle sometimes. You're so sad you just don't want to brush your teeth. But really, when you think about it, it takes 2 minutes. That's not, you can do that. You can do 2 minutes, right? That somehow breaks it down. And when it comes to this bread, actively, I am not even. It's not even 50 minutes. I don't use a scale. I use cups. So that is really it's such a hack, by the way. If you weigh your ingredients when you bake or you make something, and you struggle with mental health, I recommend switching to like cups. I don't know what the names are called. Hi Storm, hallo mijn lieve vriend. Because it's easier. It's easier. 3 cups, 3.5 cups of flour, some yeast, salt, water. You mush it together, and then you just wait until you go to bed. And in the morning, you throw it out. You wait a little bit longer. Throw it in the oven. And you have fresh bread. It's amazing. And there's a lot of recipes out there. Most of them will be made for like a Dutch oven, but again, I don't have one anymore. I don't use one. You don't need one, just like you don't need a yoga mat to do yoga. All you need is your own physical body. That's it. And in this case, so many very loud machinery going by because it's like agriculture season. I like the slow proof overnight in the fridge for some dough. It develops a nice flavor and crumbs in the baked bread. Yeah, I love my, especially because there's no need. But also, just you wake up and there's no work. There really is no work. And it's cheap, like making your own bread. If you just do basics, like I want to do a sourdough, but as you may suspect, I kind of didn't pay attention to it. The last 2 weeks I have to start over again. I'm cursed. I don't know if sour bread is made for me, or I was made for sour bread, more like, because I keep failing. But if you have the ingredients, it's cheap, and the smell. I promise you, if you're sad, if you're having a bad year, look up an easy, no need overnight bread recipe. If you have an oven, you can do it. You don't even need a bowl, I think. Well, you'd need a bowl. Go get a bowl. You can make your own bread. Make some coffee. And just like that, you have a little bit of luxury in the comfort of your own home. And once you've done it a few times, you don't even need to get the recipe anymore. It's so easy. It's really so easy. A simple, basic bread. And from there on, if you learn that you quite like the process of making bread, you could always learn to make more, right? But yeah, so weird that you point that out. It's been a while that I did that. It's actually been quite a while that I made bread actually overnight. I've made a few during the day, but like this, odd. Hello, Project Hoka. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the follow. Banana bread. I was a bit addicted to banana bread. Banana bread sounds healthy. It is not. Just like carrot cake, it's not healthy. It's a cheat. But especially in summer, when it's harder for me to eat because I just don't like the heat and the sun. I'm struggling so bad, by the way, with the switch, the summertime switch. I am not enjoying myself. This is a bad time of year. I'm really not okay. I don't like this. That Green Day song makes a lot of sense this week or this month. Let me put it like that. Ugh. But in summer, I'd sometimes make it because it's an easy way to get calories inside, and it sounds healthy. I love banana bread, but it's not healthy. Just so we're clear, I think a pizza is a lot healthier, especially if you make it yourself. but bread, it's yum. I know, Lulu. I fully agree, and I love it. But we have to not lie to people, right? Like it's a treat. It's not a bread. It's a treat. It's more like a cake. than anything. Pizza is why 69%. Why wisdom? It's oddly specific as well. It's bread and tomato. Tomatoes are fruit, right? Am I pissing people off? Sorry. I love carrot cake as well. It sounds so deceptively healthy, but it's really not. In fact, sugar is a lot worse than any fatty. Well, not any than fat in general. Unprocessed fats, healthy single fats. I'm not sure what it's called in English, but that's why I say pizza is a lot healthier than your average banana bread. You had pizza today. I kind of want pizza as well, but I'm having pasta, so I'll be okay. I haven't quite decided upon the the what's happening. What's this freaking out? What's happening? Is it Tiger? He better not be outside because it's really bad weather. You okay? I don't know. I don't see anything, so it's probably a neighborhood kitty. Speaking of a tiger, I haven't seen him in a while. Your recipe for fresh bread reads exactly the same as EU directives for creating Poland. Whoa, whoa, wisdom, that took a turn. What do you mean? What do you mean? No, actually, you don't. I don't think you want to go down that rabbit hole. If you go into why people used to be able to literally survive on bread and why we no longer would be able to, you'll get really depressed. Actually, they took all the nutrition out of bread. And even me making my own bread is not doing any good, really, because the flour that we have in our average store is processed the exact same way. It's a little bit healthier to make your own bread, but unless you can harvest closer to the root ingredients, it's really the world is in a sad state. I hope I can grow my own food at some point, but I don't think I will be able to grow an entire field of like wheat. That would be nice though, but I don't think so. I don't think I want a mill. That's a lot of work. Are not the same as what our grandparents. No, exactly. Wisdom. Bread is. It used to be really nutritious. I mean, not great. It was still peasant food, but it was a lot better than what we're eating right now, and that is coming from someone who lives in the Netherlands. And we do really have great bread. I mean, we have the what's it called? The factory bread, but we also, a lot of our grocery stores have actually freshly baked breads in our grocery stores. We don't necessarily need to go to a bakery to get really good bread. And still, I almost went down that rabbit hole a few weeks ago, and I'm really glad I didn't, because I'm going to get so upset, and I'm already angry at a lot of things. I don't need to be angry at bread as well. But I've been making my own sweet steamed buns a lot, because it's a good safe food for me. Easy to make and very bland. Basically, I mean, I'm autistic, so when I'm upset, I'm already very overwhelmed. So if I can't eat, I have to eat something that is very bland and simple, and usually something that has only one ingredient. And I found the recipe for sweet steamed buns, and I love that. I'm obsessed with it. It's just really, it's so bland. If you're Dutch, papau, the bread that we have for papau, basically that bread. I just make that bread. I do fill them sometimes as well with like a stuffing of tofu and veggies, but most of the time I just make it like just a bread. Fresh bread, man. There's something about it, even if it's shitty these days. Stretch and fold. You stretch the dough in the bowl and fold it over itself, rotating 90 degrees each time. Wait, the name is a repeat. Do that 4 times so that you get some nice structure. That is what I do for a pizza dough recipe that I have. Not. I don't think I can reach it right here. I think it's on my sticky, so I can't lose it. That has two of those, I think. An hour, 30 minutes and an hour in, and then you wait like 8 hours, and then you have amazing, amazing dough. I should really do that again. Field of wheat, mill, etc. I mean, that's a lot of work, isn't it? I'm sure. Someday I'll find my way to a place where there's someone who loves that shit, and I'll make use of their mill, and I'll give them flowers and tomatoes or something. I believe in it, but I don't think I want a mill. That's too much. All right, it's too Dutch. Because like when I say mill, I think of windmills, and I don't. That's too Dutch. I can't have that. Why are you touching the bread? Ew! I'm not even gonna say that out loud, Wisdom. That's disgusting. I'm gonna gag. Imagine being angry at bread in 2026. You have to be angry at something, Storm. And there's people who are desperate to be angry at anything but the thing that they should be angry at, which is really quite fascinating. And in about 20 years, I'll probably think it's almost funny. But at the moment, it's really wild. There are people who actually... That's why I know about this in the first place. Someone was freaking out over bread. And I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? And they were right. But also... Okay. Did bring back some more nutritious flowers. I don't know the Netherlands, it's just right, but in France, flowers have a type numbered. Really? The lower the number, the more nutrition has been taken out of it. Oh my god! So basic white bread is made from types 65 at best, 55 or even 45, lacking the enzymes and stuff. Yeah, but if you get types 65 to 150, you increase your. So basically, we don't even have choices of flour anymore in the Netherlands. Not in your average store. So even if you make it yourself, you're just kind of doomed. Types of energy plus team available only in organic stores. Yeah. I've made some interesting observations in the last decade or so in the average grocery stores, and I'm not too pleased. But there really is nothing I can do about it because these stores are I don't have the energy to get into it. I really don't. Never mind. I'll go back to it at some point. I promise you, because it is something that we should talk about. People are really so unaware of how easily fooled they are when it comes to the prices of their products. It's really insane how long it takes for people to get upset about certain things that I've been talking about for years, and now suddenly they're like, wait, yeah, I know. And I'm just too tired. I'm too tired. I just need two flat rocks to grind the wheat like they used thousands of years ago. Blue, I'm not gonna do that. One day someone noticed liquid on some dough that had been sitting around for hours and discovered beer. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine that for thousands and thousands of years it was perfectly normal and, in fact, often more safe to start the day with a beer than with a glass of water. Oh God, I need to go. I can't talk anymore. Can you imagine though? For thousands of years, water was a lot more dangerous than your average beer. It's an interesting thing to think about. Milk aids because dirty flowers. No, they're sterile. That's the problem, I think. You know what, Lulu? I actually don't know if maybe they've hidden it in like the not necessarily organic aisle, but there's like I think I need to look in a different corner. Let me put it like that. I'm gonna come back to this because I do want to make my more of my own breads, and I will succeed in making my own sourdough starter. I'm just very unlucky. So lucky in life, but when it comes to sourdough starter, I'm a failure. But I will persevere. I will try again, but not soon. Sing. I think it's fascinating, Lulu, how people with a stutter are able to sing. That's I love that. I wish I knew how it worked. Wait, what do you mean? Nicolas Cage will find he'll find anything. Honestly, is there anything with Nicolas Cage on Prime? You just gave me an idea. Maybe I should just watch a Nicolas Cage movie tonight while I knit. Because I am not my fingers are really the it's not okay. Is that actually a section on Prime? Because that would be oh, there's so much. Okay, I'll thank you. Who said that? Wisdom? Thank you, Wisdom. I had not thought of looking up specific movies on Prime because you know me. I have trouble watching movies. But actually, I have Prime. I should use it. And there's a lot of Nicolas Cage. What should I watch? Not something funny. Please don't make it funny because I will actually get really upset if it's trying to be funny. I'm not good with comedy. Instructs Nicolas Cage GPT to look at the non-sterilized. I will, Lulu. I see. I love bread so much. I don't know why I keep failing at the sourdough starter because it's really not hard. I don't understand. Face Off, Wisdom. I feel like that feels like a funny. That feels like a funny. Don't make me cry. I'm not kidding. I will cry. Like I tried to watch Gilmore Girls, but I had to stop because it's too wholesome and I can't deal. Wait, isn't it like a Billie Eilish lyric that she says what is she saying? That she watches Survivor just to watch someone else suffer? That's what I need. That's what I need, kind of. But preferably with Nicolas Cage. I don't know. Okay, don't judge. Please don't judge. I'm in survival mode, and this is actually quite genius. Is it? Is that the one with Pedro Pascal? I said that so terribly Dutch. I'm so sorry. Everything with Nicolas Cage is funny because Nicolas Cage is yeah, that's sort of true. Ew, wait, he swims. I'm not sure about John Travolta. I'm a bit afraid of him. Is it a much older film? Okay, yeah, the Pedro Pascal is quite new. Is he? He's not cancelled, is he? I don't keep up with it. I just know that at some point, no matter where I went, his face was there, and he kind of grew on me. So now I care. And that's how brainwashing works. Why are you afraid of John's? I don't know. I just there's something about his face that is unsettling. I'm so sorry. It's probably me because I was also afraid of Benedict Cumberbatch for years, literal years after seeing him in Atonement. Until my brain finally understood he was acting. That was not real. That was just acting. He's actually just a really good actor, which is why I was so terrified of him for years. And then I saw him in Sherlock, and now I'm okay. Fear not your local Travolta, for he is but a thespian with a white American face. Maybe that's it. I don't know. There's something about his face that's just unsettling, and I don't like looking at it for too long. Yeah, same, Lulu. I need to go. Except I'm not. I'm not. We're probably not talking about the same thing. I need to go lie down. It's nap time for me and my baby bean. We have gotten into the habit of lying down for a little bit in the afternoon, and I think it's time. I will be reading The Wheel of Time again tomorrow. Making slow progress. I guess I just won't say anything for fear I ruin it for someone. If you need escapism, this series has what, 13 books? I think it is a great series. There's a lot in it that we can take into the real world, I feel like. Me? Storm. Wat heb ik gedaan? Is it about Benedict Cumberbatch? Wait, I will leave you with this. If there's a few videos I watch when I'm sad. They don't work at the moment, but I do like to share them. One of them is the baby goats, baby goat doing parkour. And one of my all-time other favorite videos is Bear Grylls turning into Benedict Cumberbatch because of a bee. If you've never seen that, look it up. Bear Grylls be Benedict Cumberbatch, I think will get you there just fine. And let me know what you think tomorrow, because I'm gonna go lie down with my baby bean, and I'll be back tomorrow. So look at the schedule to see what that means for you. Don't forget to drink water and try to be kind, especially to yourself. Well, I'm glad I'm entertaining. That's what it's all for, right? I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow is reading day, so bring your books, but most importantly, just yourself. And if that is all, then that is fine too. You are important just the way you are, right? My emotional first aid kit is crying on command. Kevlar, you need to teach me that, because I am not that good at it. I'm gonna see if I can find a Nicolas Cage movie. I'll let you know how it goes. I hope to see you very soon. Bye bye.